It's been said, 100 years from now, it's not going to matter what you've got in the bank, or how big your house is, or what kind of car you drive, but the world may be a little better because you were important in the life of a child. It's a rare occasion and honor to play a part, large or small, in changing the course of the life of a child. Through donations from people like you, in just the last 5 years, Smile Network International has provided free, life-changing surgeries for more than 2,000 children. These kids were suffering not because they were born with a cleft, but because they were born to families too poor to pay for the surgery to correct that simple problem. We've shared the story of Sergio, a young boy with a cleft lip and palate high in the mountains outside Acapulco, where Smile Network has been conducting surgeries for years. Sergio made the 2-day trip to see the Smile Network surgical team by bus and on foot. The team at Smile Network fixed his lip, and when they went back to find him to do more work on his palate a year later, they found a young man growing in the kind of confidence that comes with his new lease on life. Sergio and his family welcomed the volunteers to their home, and the young boy proudly offered tours of his house and his village. Sergio has been one of the lucky ones in so many ways. It's not uncommon to find these children, deformed at birth, abandoned not just by society, but by their own families. Consider the dramatic case of Rosealva, found by a village doctor making rounds visiting his newest, tiniest patients. The mother told him her baby had become ill and died in the week since the birth. She called it God's will. And as the doctor offered condolences, he noticed a slight movement under a blanket in a corner. He picked up the blanket to find the child, beautiful in every way, but for the cleft lip she was born with. Because of that cleft, she was in the process of abandonment, left in the corner on a dirt floor by her own mother to die. Being born with a cleft in a developing country can be a curse by most any measure. In fact, every baby born in Uganda with a cleft is given the name Ajak, which means literally cursed by God. And no one knows the number of newborns with clefts abandoned at birth. But Rosealva's luck would change. The doctor knew of Smile Network and their work in Mexico. He got the child to the team, and a miracle was made. Smile Network brings together teams of plastic surgeons, anesthesiologists, nurses, and other volunteers, mainly from Minnesota. In the States, they know these children would be cared for immediately, regardless of a person's ability to pay. But in these developing countries, often struggling with much more basic needs, these volunteers themselves and the hundreds of Minnesotans who've helped to fund them become the hope. They become the cure. Rosealva's surgery took place in February of this year. The surgical team to help her was led by Dr. Laura. That surgery lasted just 45 minutes, and she was reunited with her grandfather, who tearfully explained that this free and simple surgery saved his granddaughter's life. Our compassion, our love of children, is the one language shared by people throughout the world. Smile Network is all about marrying the need of these children to the talent of our people, the talent of the volunteer doctors, nurses, and support staff, the talent of the donors who cover the expenses to move these teams around the world. They make it so no child is defined by a defect, so every child can stand up like Sergio with a new sense of pride and confidence. Smile Network can move a child from hopelessness to possibility with a surgery that takes just 45 minutes at a cost of just $500. It's involvement that creates change. There are thousands of these children around the world suffering with facial deformities, causing pain, isolation, and sometimes death. Smile Network provides the solution. They provide a clear and visible result as part of a clear and visible and caring community. It's our opportunity to show the world our compassion for these children, and we thank you for standing side by side with us in this work. Maybe the world will be a little better because you were important in changing the life of a child. Please help Smile Network International change the world, one bright, smiling face at a time.